Yo, how's everyone doing? Welcome back for some more Forza Horizon 3. Today I'm sharing with you my 2004 Subaru STI, and I'm going to be sharing with you my tuning setup and how you can download that for yourself on your Xbox, or I'm going to assume your PC as well, which I play on Xbox One, so my tuning setup, you can easily just look up my name, Stevio2175, under your tuning setups and then just search for me and you should easily be able to find me. This is the only tuning setup I've done so far that I've submitted at least. So I'm looking to do more in the future, but I wanted to start here with my Subaru, and this thing is basically going to be an all-around tune, and I'm racing this thing in the Outback, so I'm thinking, well, there's some street racing on the pavement, there's some dirt, and I figured I should make like a really good balanced tune. And you know, I'm no pro at this, I'm still learning myself, but I spent a lot of time tweaking this and a lot of time road testing it after each tweak, and I think I got it pretty good. Basically, I wanted this thing to have good top speed, really good acceleration, and also though be able to drift really well. And a lot of you are going to be surprised by kind of how I do things and my drifting and all that, but here's the first thing: I do not drift. I mean, this right here, these two drifts that you're about to see, are my two best drifts ever in a Forza game. Like, it's just never been my thing. Like, Forza Horizon I could drift pretty well, but it was pretty easy to drift in that game. This is a little bit more complicated. It's definitely a lot more about how you handle the car, how you tune the car, which Forza Horizon did not even have tuning. Right here I had this going really well, and then of course these two drivatars had to come over here, but still got 60,000. It was really good, and then I go right back down the hill, which, you know, going down hills for these things is always a lot easier because you can keep your speed going more, obviously, because going uphill you just lose speed. That's just how it works with gravity and all that. But you know, it was just so much fun drifting today because it's just something I haven't really done too much with the game yet, and I got a lot better. And like I said though, it's something I never do. Like, I'm awful at drifting. Like, you can probably kind of tell just by how I'm drifting, but I did pull off some really nice drifts. And basically I'm going to share with you some drifting gameplay, some racing gameplay, like single player races, and then just some free roaming. And I just want to see what people think, you know, because I think seeing gameplay of what the car can do, especially with someone who's not the best driver like me, and then, you know, just seeing that first and then not just looking at the numbers, it'll help you see if my tune's even worth trying out, because, you know, I think it's good and it seems to work well, but, you know, it's not necessarily. But here's the other thing: these are the settings I use, and I know most drifters use manual and they have traction control and all that off, but these are the settings I use, and this worked for me. This is exactly what I was using just now in that drift zone. And it's a lot of fun, and I think it works for me, and that's how I like to play. I don't really like manual for some reason. I've tried it a few times, and I know there's some advantages to it, but for some reason for me it just feels better to play this way. It's probably because I've played this way for so long, so I might spend more time with manual and try and get more used to it and more comfortable with it, but for now this is working out for me. I'm really happy using this way, and I changed some of my settings around to get to where I'm at, and I'm a lot happier, so maybe I'll continue to change things around and I'll keep getting better and better. But I really want to know what people think. Like, if you try my setup or just seeing my gameplay, tell me if you think this is complete crap, or tell me if you think it's actually pretty good, especially for someone who this is pretty much their first tune and, you know, just starting to drift a little bit. And I'm never going to fully get into it, just not what I'm about with cars and all that, but it's fun. It's something different to do, and it's definitely a good part of racing. I mean, it can help you hit turns better and all that, so I'm really curious to see what people think about it, and I just want any feedback you can give me just from seeing the gameplay, or if you do decide to try my tune, you know, please let me know what you think of it. And like I said though, if it's complete crap, be very blatant and tell me that. But besides that, I'm making it my goal to 3-star every drift zone, and I've tried about 7 of them so far, I think, somewhere around there. All the ones towards the top of the map that I have unlocked so far, or that I found at least. I may have some unlocked that I haven't found yet, I'm not sure exactly, but I've 3-starred all of them so far with this car, and it's been so much fun doing them. Some of them took a lot of tries, but other ones I got like within the first couple tries, and some of them are more difficult than others, and some of them you got to think about which way, like, you know, the up and downhill thing, because that definitely kind of affects the way you go into the drifts and the speed you can maintain and all that. So, you know, it's very tricky. Like, it's very particular. It takes a lot of practice. I can just see it already, because you have to hit it at the right speed, at the right angle. You have to have your tuning set up right. You have to know how long to tap. Like, when I use my handbrake, I just tap it real quick. I feel like that's the best way, because if you hold it for too long, your car just spins out completely. So, and sometimes I'll just use my brake and not the handbrake at all. It kind of depends. Like, it's always a different situation. Every turn's a little bit different because you always take them at a different angle, and it takes a lot of practice. So over time, hopefully I'll get better and improve at this, but this tuning setup I think is really good because I think this thing has really good acceleration, still really good top speed, which the top speed's about 220 like you saw, which is good for a car like this. You know, it's an S1 class, and I think this is a great car for single player. If you want to just do all the single player missions that you can use this car with, I think you're going to win a lot of races because, I mean, I'm playing on expert difficulty here, which is, you know, one of the highest ones. I think it's like the second or third, probably the third highest one, which there's, I think, 8 maybe, I'm not sure exactly, different settings, and, you know, it was a very tight race as you can see there. People were right behind me, and, you know, my car is pretty quick. I mean, it's definitely quick, and I'm not sure exactly how they, you know, tune the other Drivatars compared to your thing, but they're all S-Class, and that's why I always max mine out. Like, I had this thing at an S2, but I was like, no, you know, because it was only like a 925 or a 930, and I feel like it's just better to keep it at the maxed S1 or the max of its class, because I just feel like that works better. You know, you're maxed out, then your other people that you face can't be any better than that, and obviously the tuning setup though can change that, so that's why I think these tuning setups are really helpful. But I've blabbed on enough. The only other thing I want to say is that this 04 and 05 body style for the Impreza is my favorite body style for any Impreza model, which, you know, there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of ones from the Bug-Eye to the one that we see currently today, and they're all kind of nice, but this is my overall favorite, and it's a really nice car inside and out. So just in case anyone was wondering why I picked this particular STI over all the other ones that are in this game, that is why, because it's just my favorite and I think it looks the best. But I really hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Don't let anybody tell you that you have to use manual to drift, because this video is absolute proof that you do not, and honestly I'm surprised that I didn't have to, but hey, it worked out. So I hope you decide to give my tuning setup a try, and I really hope you find it helpful or useful. But thank you as always for watching, and I'll talk to you all again very soon. Peace out.
Arrived at your destination.